Hi, I'm Rena and welcome to Prenatal Yoga. Today we have a gentle class. I wanted to show you that I just have props that are just things from around the house. So I have just a scarf out of my closet, and these are pretty decent sized beach towels. If you don't have yoga blankets, or you could also use a blanket or a throw. But I really like these because of they get pretty thick when you fold them up. So you can almost get like the size of a block just by folding this up. So plus it's softer and it feels better. So I have two of those. We'll do different things with these throughout. Just put them back here. And then I have two bed pillows. And these are actually pillows that I use for meditation, but they would just be like couch pillows. So if you need to, you can pause the video and go grab a few things. I like for you to be able to really build a nest and be comfy. So we'll start seated today. I'm actually going to sit on a pillow, so you can sit on a pillow or two. To elevate your hips a little. So we'll just start here. And close your eyes. Find a comfortable way to be seated, so you could have your legs out, part a little bit, make room for baby, or maybe one leg bent. Just find a place where you can sit and be comfortable. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and just breathe in, breathe out. Invite in some love and gratitude for giving yourself room and time for this practice today for you and baby. Let your sit bones really drop down, connecting to the pillows, the floor. And then shoulders are just right in line with the hips. Crown of the head reaches up tall. And then palms can face up, just resting on your thighs. Start to notice your breath in your body. Let it just be natural, becoming aware, breath after breath, of how the breath feels when you breathe in. When you breathe out, see if you can maybe add one beat to the breath in, make it a little longer. Breath out, make it a little longer. And find a place here where you're just breathing a little deeper in and out than you were when you first began. Find some softness and ease in the face, neck, shoulders, chest, ribs, belly, hips, knees, legs, feet, back, hands, feet, fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. And ask yourself silently, what do I need? And let the feeling that you feel when you have that thing you need, let that be with you. Breathing in and breathing out. With your next breath out, take your chin towards your chest. Keep the shoulders back and down, and just let your chin be reaching towards your chest, getting a stretch in the back, the shoulders, and the neck. With your next breath out, take your left ear, roll your head toward your left shoulder. And the next breath out, let that come back to center, chin toward chest, rolling the head. and take it to the other side. A breath in and out here. And then just on your own, at whatever speed feels good, slow is recommended, take your head left and right, side to side. Let the movement follow your breath. Do a few rounds like this. And with every breath in and out, just inviting more ease. And the next time your chin is toward your chest, let it stay there. Continue breathing. With your next breath in, bring your head up through center and reach the chin up toward the ceiling. Think of it like chin reaching up as opposed to head dropping back. And then with the breath out, chin comes down. We'll move here like that a few rounds of breath, just reaching up with the chin. You're keeping lots of length in the spine. And exhaling chin toward the chest. One more like that. Bring your head back to center. Reach for the scarf if you grabbed one. It could be a tie, it could be a belt. And take it behind you and make a little V with your hands. So you've got the strap. Oh, it's not a strap. I'm so used to saying strap. You have the scarf behind you. I really wanted to show you how you could do this with things you have at your house. So today, our yoga strap is a scarf. So holding it here, hold it so that you've not got a lot of slack in it. So create sort of this feeling like you're activating into the arms and still sitting up nice and tall. With your breath out, take your left ear toward your left shoulder. And then inhale to center. Exhale other side. So keep a softness in the shoulders and just go side to side here. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Breathing in and out at your own pace. As much as you want to, have your eyes closed unless you need to open to look at the video to see what I'm doing. And after that full round, come back to center. Release one hand off the scarf. Bring the scarf around to the front and have it between your hands with palms facing down. And your hands would be resting about knee width apart or wherever you're wider than shoulder. So if your legs are in a different position, it's okay. Just have it be about here like I'm showing. And then breathe in, scarf comes up, and as you breathe out, scarf comes down. So let this be on your own breath, and anytime you want to switch the cross of your legs or switch the leg position, you might do that just on your own. So I'm already feeling I want a little more width between my hands. And then the next time you're at the top, see what it feels like if you bend your elbows a little and take the strap behind you, the strap scarf, and then back to the front. So your inhale is up. I'm going to shorten the distance a little on mine. Inhale up. Exhale, it's almost like goddess arms but behind the back, and then come up. So as you take that down, once you've come up, and then you bend the elbows and let that come down, you should get a nice little feeling behind the shoulder blades. And if that isn't feeling good, then take a wider hold and just take it all the way back and forward, and don't worry about bending the arms, but otherwise just here. And maybe this time when my elbows are bent a little and I have the strap back here, I'm just gonna hang out here for a moment and really let the chest open. So with prenatal yoga, what starts to happen anatomically just naturally is we round forward in the shoulders or thoracic over the length of the pregnancy over that time. So just here we can really encourage the opening. And let's come forward and back one more time. So you don't want this to be creating any tension in the shoulders. So if it is, then release the scarf. And let's all just release the scarf here anyway, and that may have gotten some blood flowing in your arms a little bit, so let's just shake it out. And one more thing with the strap scarf, take the grip, lift the arms up, breathing in, and as you exhale, lean a little to one side. Breathing in again, coming back to center, breathing out, other side. And just go back and forth, breathing into center, breathing out. If you want to do this without the strap, then you can just have one arm down, reaching. If that is, with having the scarf or strap is feeling a little like too much effort, but it really does help get a lot of length in the side body. And you're not going to go maybe quite as deep as you would without a prop, but this is a great side body stretch. Feels really good. And then bring that down and release your strap. We've been sitting for a while, so if you want to change the position of your legs, you can. I'm going to sit up a little higher on my props here, my pillows, and so having your legs straight is fine. Take your hands to your rib cage. What we're going to do is what we call at Mama Nurture peanut butter jar ribs. So ribs come forward, side, back, side. So just rounding, so like you're creating a big circle, like you're drawing a big circle with your ribs. And then close your eyes if you want to, and really feel that inhaling forward, exhaling back, breathing in, breathing out, and then go the opposite direction. And just really make this a delicious time for you. Just time for you and baby, time to get some breath moving in your body. Maybe one more circle like that and come back to center. Good, and then just kind of shake out your legs, and then I'm going to remove my props, and we'll come to hands and knees. So here I'm going to move these pillows out of my way. I'm going to take one of the beach towels and place it under my knees just for a really, I don't know, I like to think of it as just kind of a treat for the knees. So blanket under the knees, coming to tabletop, and we'll do a really gentle pelvic tilting, not quite as much as full cat and cow, but we'll just press the hands into the floor like you're pressing the floor away, and begin on your breath out to tuck your pelvis a little, and then as you inhale, tip the pelvis forward, and then go back and forth there. Have a soft bend in your elbows. And so your head is just staying really neutral here. And then maybe begin to make it bigger, lifting the head up as you breathe in. Head up, tailbone up, and then rounding. Chin comes down, more like a regular cat and cow for yoga here. Just making a C curve with the back on the inhale, and rounding on the exhale. Just doing what feels good for you. And after this round, come back to center. I'm going to walk the hands back a little, curl the toes under, and start to see what the toes feel like here. So toes are curled under. Come forward and back a few times, just shifting the weight. And then see if you can find a place that's comfortable to just let your bottom sit back toward your heels with toes tucked under. So I like to just keep it here to keep this really gentle on my toes because I had broken toes before. So if I go much further, it doesn't feel good, but you could bring hands here or you could sit all the way up. I'll let you make that choice. And then come all the way forward again to tabletop. Tap out your feet. That should feel really good. And then another one we can do here is send one leg back. Curl the toes under. Really pressing the floor away. And every time you exhale, think about using the muscles that would hug baby toward you. And then with the opposite hand, you can just spider walk the fingers forward. Maybe stay there. In fact, I really like staying here. You could lift the back leg, keeping it parallel to the floor, but another option would be to lower that elbow and reach that opposite hand forward even more to get a little shoulder stretch. So just a little tip here, if you're having heartburn or indigestion, I wouldn't go this far. I would maybe keep it here so that your chest isn't getting below the belly. And then we'll just switch sides. So opposite leg goes back, curl the toes. Spider walk those fingers forward, maybe raise that back foot. If you do that, keep the hips nice and square. And set it back down, maybe elbow here, spider walk those fingers forward. You can get a really nice stretch under the arm here if that otherwise feels okay for you. This is all about self-care, taking care of you, taking care of baby, but mainly taking care of you so that you are present and more able to be fully aware of what's going on in your body during this time so that you can really take care of you. So let's take knees a little wider, toes coming together. So we're moving toward child's pose, but I want to give you a couple of options. So you could, if you already know you want to, depending on how much space is between you and the floor, depending on how big baby is, you could just take a regular child's pose. But what feels really good, I think, is to stack up a couple of pillows. If you had a stability ball, that would be fantastic. I wanted to do this video with just things that you could find around your house. But so just coming forward here and leaning, rounding, letting your head rest, stacking up as many pillows as you want to just find what feels good. Just take a little rest here. Breathing in and breathing out. And let your mind go back to what you were thinking about at the beginning when we said, what do I need? And lean again back into that feeling of what that feels like to have that thing that you needed. And just let that feeling go all throughout your body, all throughout your mind. And every time you breathe in and breathe out, you're more aware that you are able to cultivate this thing that you need and want in your life, in your day, in your prenatal journey. Take a few more rounds of breath here, and I will start to move out of this slowly to set up what we are going to do next. So when you're ready, just slowly come back up. You'll want to have a couple of things. We're going to try this, a couple of things here and see if it works. So I'm taking this beach towel and I'm rolling it up. Place it there. And then take the other one, and instead I will fold it and make it kind of like a block. So if you have towels or a blanket that you can fold that way. And I'm going to take that one and actually put it under the other one. So I have the block one, and then I have the round one. And then I will take the pillow or pillows and set them up so we have a little ramp here. So you could do this with lots of different things. You could even use a book, a thick book, but I find that if you can pile up blankets and towels, it feels a little better. Have your scarf strap nearby, sit back, and I'll give you a few moments to set this up, so just take your time. You can always pause it. And you want to sit tailbone all the way back and then lean back so that you're elevated on the little ramp here, and then send your legs out. Let your feet go left and right a couple of times. Let your palms face up and have your hands and arms in an A-frame to your body, and just take a little rest here before we move on. So hand on your belly. Actually, let's have both hands on belly, on baby. Breathing in and breathing out. Let your breath fill your body. On the inhale, nourishing, bringing nutrients, more oxygen to the blood, and more nutrients for mom and baby. Breathing in and breathing out. And then bend your knees, place your feet on the floor. And let's do this, let me give you some options. So you could, let's have your feet wider than hip distance so we can make room for baby here. And then you could reach behind one leg and just hug it in a little. And just sort of play with how that feels. If that doesn't feel good, it goes back down. Try the other side. Just kind of see where we are here. And then if we're feeling like it, we're going to take the scarf strap, see if you can toss it under the foot. Have it just right at the ball of the foot. So not on the arch, just that can cause cramping sometimes. And then settle back in on your back. Make sure there's some softness and ease in the shoulders, and don't have too tight of a grip on the strap, that's what we'll call it, scarf strap. And then breathe in. As you breathe out, lift that foot. And then maybe bring the thigh closer to you, but let the shoulders have ease. And then once you get there, you're going to kind of check in with how this feels. Put both ends of the strap into one hand, and then just let that leg open and close a little. Inhaling as you let it gently glide open. And your other knee, it doesn't have to stay up and in line. It can actually kind of fall out to the side. And just go back and forth. Keep as much ease in that hand with the strap as you can. And we go back and forth. We're giving the hips some love here. And this is a great way to modify squat. And you're just basically doing it on one side. The knee is bent. You could bend the knee even more, but just find what feels good. We want to feel something, if you can, in the hip, maybe the inner thigh. And we'll do one more in and out here. And then let that go, shake out that hand, and hopefully you can just pull that scarf up, kind of toss it out, find it with your foot. So that's really important because what I want to avoid is you lifting up toward it because we're already nice and relaxed. So I want to keep that way so that we can have ease in the shoulders and neck. And so find that on this side, and then when you're ready, bring it up toward you and see how it's feeling on this side. And then both ends of the strap into that hand. This knee can just be soft here. You could even send it out. I prefer it to be like this. And then we'll just gently guide the knee to the side and back. Inhaling, exhaling. Have your eyes closed if you want. You're already set up and this is already feeling good. And if for some reason this just isn't doing it for you, you could just send the legs back out and really just rest on your pillows and blankets. Let's do 2 more. Just really encouraging inner thigh and hip to get some fluidity to the movement here. And I'll do 1 more. And then I'll just release that down. Release the scarf. And from here, knees bent, feet on the floor, and just let the knees come out to the sides. Now, see what this feels like, whether you like it or not. And it might feel good to have a little support under the hip on both sides. I think I'm out of pillows, but actually I have an extra blanket here, so I'll do that on the other side. So, and then heels are a little further away from your groin area than they would maybe be if you do regular yoga. Sometimes we have them way up here, but let's see what it feels like to just have them toes a little bit more toward the end of the mat and have this support here. And one little cue for you, if you're new to prenatal yoga or new to yoga, period, would be that you want to notice if you feel like you're going past a range of motion that you would have normally had. And if you feel that, then maybe put some supports under there, just so we can be gentle and create an experience that feels soothing and nurturing. And then we'll just rest here, and this will actually be our final posture for this practice. So it will be our Shavasana. We'll be here for a couple of minutes, and if at any point you want to just slide your legs out, or even if you want to do that now, you can, and then just rest there. So I'll let that be up to you. And then here we're just breathing in and out. Maybe hands around on your belly would be nice. Find a place and a way to be here where you can really sink into your mat, the pillows, the blankets, floor. And remember what it feels like to really have support and feel a nurturing from yourself, from within, and from those around you. And a nice mantra here for you to think of in your meditation would be, I am surrounded by nurturing support. I am surrounded by nurturing support. Find a surrender and a heaviness in your body, just really sinking into the support. And at the same time, have a lightness of heart, so a joy, feeling of ease in the front body, and the feeling of surrendering and letting go in the back body, just feeling and letting the support be there. I am surrounded by nurturing support. And then breath in through your nose and maybe out through your mouth with a sigh or a ha. So breathing in, inhale. Exhale. Bring small movements to your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. If your legs aren't straightened out, go ahead and do that. Reach your arms overhead. And then you'll turn, bending your knees, turn onto your left side. You can still use the pillows for support. Eyes closed. And a few more rounds of breath, setting an intention for yourself to come up with this feeling of support and nurturing. We'll start to gently press the floor away, coming up to a comfortable seat. Shoulders go up, back, and down. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up, willingly receiving all the good support and nurturing coming to us. And as you exhale, sweep the hands down, willingly sending nurturing support to those in our lives who need it. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a lovely evening. Take a hot bath, do something else to care for yourself, and I will see you soon. Namaste.